Hi, I'm Chris with Laneworks. Today we're going to be building this. Looks difficult, totally not. I'm going to show you one simple setup of your miter saw, and you'll be building these in no time. So basically this one's 8-sided. It's got a taper of 20 degrees. So I'll show you how to set that your miter saw up for this setup. There's so many variations you can do. This one I did grooves. I just cut grooves in the board before I made my cuts, and I did that with a table saw. And all the offcuts, you can make these little trees. So basically I just took some scraps, dipped them in food coloring, made them look like little presents, stuck a dowel, put a tree on it. So basically this is the 8-sided one. Took a piece of fencing, kind of drilled the thing at an angle, made them little crooked trees. This is also 10, but you can do the same thing with 8. The 10-sided has a different angle set up. We'll just stick with the 8 today. So the beauty of this is you can collapse it in itself. Then you can store it easy and put it up next year. So you can also set each piece on top of each other, turn it, another variation. So really the only thing is if you want your tops flat, so you just take your board, go to the table saw, and then just put a 20 degree, in this case it's 20 degrees on the top. You really don't need these grooves, it's up to you. So basically you can just space it how you want. You can do 3, 4, 5 grooves if you want, no grooves. So basically the main thing is just getting your bevel in your miter, and then use your imagination to, do which way you want. So I do recommend getting a angle finder. It's a digital one, so you can just set it up to whatever angles you want, up to point. So in this case, we're going to do an 8 sides, 20 degree taper, 8.1 for your miter, and then your tilt, your bevel is going to be 21.1. That's all you really need. Then I'll show you how to set that up on the miter saw. Okay, basically all we're going to do here is turn your miter, use your gauge. So it's 8.1. Okay. Now what you'll do now is just cut something for a stop block. Okay, now you got your stop block for your setup. Set that aside. Now you'll just go to your tilt, and we're just going to go 21.1. That's it. Now you got an 8-sided setup for a 20 degree taper. Okay, so if you're not going to do any grooves or anything, just go ahead and throw your board down. Just make that initial cut. Set your first measurement up however you want. I think the first measurement I did was on that. This one was like 7.5. And you just make a cut. And then if you could do that 8 times, flip it, and then just make another cut to repeat them. So basically you want an overlap, so you could just measure down wherever, doesn't matter where. So just say you want to come down an inch each side. So then just make those marks. You can just set your board up here, line those up. Just mark where it crosses, and you set your stop block. You can do that 8 times. And that's how you get your overlap. And that's how I do it with the flat, if you're not doing any grooves or anything. But if you're going to do the grooves with that 20 degree on the top, this is how you would set it up. Okay, let's make sure your profile stuff is down and this beveled part is out. Now we just got to make that initial cut. And we'll just measure our first one. I need to cut this waist out. I'm going to go to the point. I'm going to save this piece. Make little trees out of that. Now, see this part right here? We got to cut that, get that waist out. Now just repeat that for 8 times. Also, if you don't like the straight lines, just take your pieces when you cut them, draw some arcs or whatever, however you want to do it. On this setup, I'm just going to come down 2 inches for my overlap, unless you just want to leave a gap so the light shines through if you have a light underneath. So another variation. So basically, once you get all your pieces cut, we're going to do the tape method. You just lay your pieces down, tape the seams, and then we're going to flip it around, put the glue right to it. Just want to put a little bit of glue first, let it soak up a little bit. Just don't let that dry up. Fold it into itself, and then tape the last end together. So for these lines, I kept the 20 degrees that I did the slope for the top. Just lowered the blade down to about 3/16, ran all my boards through, just moved it down a little bit so it's not quite 2 blades width, but just so I can get a little some paint in there. So basically I just painted the color. Any little bit that was over on the top, I just sanded everything off. And that's how she came out. So for this one, it took over 3 pickets because I did the groove and then you had to alternate and cut the waste. If you just use them plain, then it's under 3 pickets. I don't know if I mentioned I started out with a 7.5 on these, and I did a overlap of about 3/4, a little over. Just in case I didn't mention that. So this is the other one. If you don't like the lines, we cut those arches. And I did these at 4 inch, and I overlapped at 2 inch. So these you can set up like regular. You could alternate them, which looks pretty badass too. Or make a curved tree. I think this is my favorite. Just kind of tilt it. If you want it like on a real extreme, I would probably use a trim screw on those back ends as you go up. But I think this is going to curve just fine. And don't forget the little ball. Now that's just pretty cool, ain't it? Little Grinch Christmas. Santa wants to partake in this one. Well, I appreciate you all watching. I'll see you on the next one. I think it's going to be pretty cool in my head anyway. I mean, it could be a Dr. Seuss inspired one after seeing this tree. Who knows? All right. Bye, guys.